more than 2,500. MC yellow, green, green, yellow, green. Still green. Alright, hopefully this will be the last episode of Final Fantasy X. We've got very random butterfly with me here.
Hello!
And it has been a grueling, has it been a week or more than a week?
About a week or so, maybe?
Yeah. It's been about 46 hours of grinding. That's like 2 whole RPGs.
Depending on what your RPG of choice is.
Yeah. Kimari's got nothing but a level 4 ahead of him, and nothing to move into once he unlocks it. Riku is what?
Kimari has nothing to look forward to, huh?
Yeah! I mean, unless this data imports into 10.2 somehow. Alright. I rehearsed this once, so hopefully it'll go well.
Actually, with 10.2, there's only 3 named playable characters.
Ah.
Yep.
So
and
one thing that I want to...
the rest spheres come to play.
Alright. Yeah, one thing that I want to point out is that originally I had used a Fire Eater strategy on this. And I think it might still be necessary. You know, I'm just going to go with that because that's what I did in rehearsal. Riku, Tinnitus, Mariwaka, yeah, those 3 have Fire Eater on their weapons. Oh, and you have to go there. You have Fire Eater and Automed and Armor Break. So these 3, I believe, will need to be there. Alright, let's try this. See if we don't die in the process.
Live and learn!
Or die and learn in this case.
Yep. Die and learn. That's a new title. Die and learn.
Yeah.
Don't you ever give up? Sin has chosen me. I am
God,
part of sin.
again.
I am one with sin forever.
Die!
Immortal. Sin just absorbed you. I will learn to control it from within. I have all the time in the world.
Since you were gracious enough to dispose of Yunalesca, the only means of destroying sin is forever gone. Now nothing can stop us.
Well, we can.
By all means, try. You should thank me. Your death means your father's life.
It's just a cockroach.
Yeah.
Die!
Alright, first thing I want... got to be done is haste, cheer, and focus. And let's see, he's weak against ice, right? Yeah. And Waka has a scout ball with ice strike on it.
I like hearing cutscenes,
Yeah.
but it's a bit loud.
Yeah, that's... I don't think I can fix that unless we can't go to the start menu from here. Alright. Alright, so with Auron...
Design is pretty cool on this one.
The design?
His boss design.
Oh yeah, his texture, animated texture character model. It's sort of a glass. It kind of reminds me of the final bosses of Dead or Alive and Soul Calibur. They seem to like doing that during this generation. Humanoids with like glass or crystal or slime texture. I guess slime would be perfect for a stalker like Seymour.
Yeah, pretty.
Wait, how did... Apparently I gave Walker threat. I'm gonna throw this ball at you hard, yeah?
Seriously, what is in that ball? Lead?
It's the spirit of the fans of the game! Oh right, Kimari has a way to give everyone super duper protection too.
Oh my gosh, it's pretty important for you, I know. You gotta think about it, there's no other sport around. So
Yeah.
potentially to be football, or maybe in other countries, there's soccer, or, you know, whatnot.
Kimari's turn.
It's the footballer's Twitter,
Yeah.
or soccer, depending on the popularity.
Yeah. It's like all of the world's sports just crammed into one.
Yep. Although it irritates me how they could stay underwater for so long.
Yeah. Gills. They're all amphibious.
I think the music's been one of them.
Is it?
Either it's at a loud section or whatnot.
I remember while playing through this, the music did seem louder than usual. I think that might just be part of the game itself. I'll have to check in viewing this later to see if it is just getting louder and louder.
There is no salvation for the
But it's
dead.
probably mixed.
Because you're
Rest
almost
in
worn
peace
out.
in eternal
Oh
darkness.
wow. Testing, testing. Okay, you can hear me. Yeah, I just noticed that, yeah, when I first started doing this setup, my microphone, or the OBS was showing my voice in the red. And I didn't want to mix the game down lower than I needed to. So I found that if I just moved the mic away a little bit, that would fix it, more or less. Alright, so Seymour is powering up. Did he cast the spell? Because if he did, then now's the time for me to use the Ronso Rage Mighty Guard. If he did cast it, then he's going to cast it now, which will waste the Mighty Guard.
Let darkness take you.
So one of the strategies for preparing for this fight, or for these final fights, was to basically do the monster capture thing, the monster capture arena thing, which happens when you're about 80% of the way through the game, somewhere between like 80 and 90% of the way through the game. Go all the way back to the beginning, and of course tiptoe around those areas so that so that you avoid anyone who's going to call you an infidel and call in a 50,000 damage dealing summon in, and capture every monster in the game up to that point to unlock a bunch of monsters in the arena, some of which will be easy enough for you to take on then. Then you grind those guys for hours and hours to get special weapons that have triple AP, which AP is your experience points and levels. And then you mix something like triple overdrive, and then convert overdrive to AP. And then you fight something called a Dawn Tonberry, which deals maximum damage to one of your characters. And with the other two characters on Comrade Overdrive mode, they'll each gain 100,000 AP per battle. And that's how you level them up. Kimahri to special use an Albed Potion with an Alchemy Weapon on. But for now, a Mega Potion will do the trick. Use this turn, Kimahri. Put an Alchemy Weapon on if you don't have one on already.
I say, this music's really good, though.
Yeah, it's nice. It stands out from the rest of the soundtrack for sure.
Yeah.
It's not quite as biblical sounding as most Final Fantasy final battle themes tend to be.
It's more techno.
Yeah. Dancey, techno-y kind of stuff.
I guess another month at the times, too, though.
Yeah. Alright, here is where things go sideways a bit. Literally, as the Mortiphasms have turned sideways. We want to turn them back normal. And we want Kimahri to start healing people with the Albed Potions. Auron can keep... Oh, no, wait, he can't attack with his Ice Blade now, so he has to do something else. Maybe some break... No. Don't hit him with the sword at all. And since Seymour's not going to use physical attacks, Sentinel isn't going to help. Although, Entrust might be a good idea. But that would be if he survives long enough to do that, cast Ultima a second time. Which, hopefully, won't be the case. So right now, Auron, defend. Kimahri can also defend. I need Waka to be going as fast as possible.
Waka, do it for the fans!
Yeah. Oh, I targeted the wrong thing. Okay. Auron defend, Kimahri cast haste again. Whatever you do, don't press down in this fight. You'll target your friends instead of the Mortiphasms. So you want to hit these things, even though they're immune to damage. With physical attacks, it turns them left, and you want as many of them to point to fire as possible, while your teammates are wearing fire-eating weapons. Alternatively, you could just get, you could grind for customizations that let you put all element-eating properties on your armor. A critical hit for nothing. Yeah. Well, it's a critical hit because it turns the thing left. Alternatively, you could try casting magic 3 times on each of these to turn them to fire up.
I hope this time he dies for good.
Yeah.
Like, my gosh. There's a difference between him and, say, like, Pepco, even Ultra.
Yeah.
Okay, Pepco was one of those guys who's a villain, who relished in it. You know, you can tell who enjoyed it. And that was the fun part about it. He was the villain was safe. He was safe, he was on the watch, despite how brave it was.
I mean, it's like...
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, with the way Magic was... Yeah, he's basically like... DC's the Joker. Final Fantasy's version of the Batman Joker. Yeah.
Ultras was just pretty much a troll character the entire time. Like, I just laughed so hard when I saw him fighting you when you were on the airship. Like, how does this happen? How does this work? the offer soon.
I'm a little surprised that Waka is actually doing some pretty major damage now.
The spirit of the fans is strong.
Yeah. Let's see. Waka can defend. Can. Auron can. Oh, what is Auron supposed to do? Auron's supposed to entrust. Special. Entrust. Kimari. Kimari, Bonzo Rage, Mighty Guard, everyone. And Waka defense.
Darkness take you.
Attack like that.
Yeah. And these are all like... They shouldn't survive this because they're all fighters. It should be the mages that survive, or like Yuna should be here to cast Shell on all of them. But thankfully Kimari has that... yeah, Kimari has Mighty Guard and Auron has Entrust.
So at least the right thing is just to keep wailing on this guy.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like if I had just gone full offensive before he cast Ultima, he wouldn't have the chance to do it. He just had that one hit left in him.
Now, Yuna, send him!
Right!
Kill him! Oh no! Do it!
So, it is you, after all, who will send me. But even after I am gone, Spira's sorrow will prevail.
Go, go! Shoot!
We've had enough of you, Seymour.
Just die! Just go!
Sin will be right behind you.
I thought we already killed Sin. Sin was like the outer shell.
I think it was just to kill the outer shell. We need to go to the center. I'm assuming, think of it like a jawbreaker with a gumball in the middle.
Yeah.
And all you've got is to kind of chip away with it is a tiny little pick. Like the world's tiniest pick.
Yeah. That's what it felt like the first couple of times getting through this bit. Oh, let's put peaceful. Oh, you've got the peaceful show. Great, because this is a full-fledged dungeon, by the way, and it's got its own random encounters, and it's got its own like capture percentage for the arena.
Oh.
So you can actually hang around here for another 10 hours, capturing every monster and fighting them in the arena.
But assuming since you did all that grinding.
Yeah, I don't wanna bother with that anymore. This we're about to kill Sin. It's kind of an immersion breaker to suddenly start side questing.
Yeah.
And that's a problem I had with a lot of Final Fantasy and a lot of JRPGs at the time. Is that like you're 99% of the way of the game, like your sword is at the enemy's throat, and suddenly you decide to go on vacation for, you know, however, for months or whatever, and do all the side content.
Or you have to do unnecessary grind because the game decided, oh, you're just too weak, despite being able to manage every boss battle beforehand.
You can beat the second last boss at level 30, but you have to be at level 99 to beat the last boss.
Or at least 55 sometimes.
Yeah. Double your level almost. The thing I was most surprised about was when I was playing a game called Phantom Brave on the Wii. That's made by Nipponichi Software, and those guys are famous for having your characters be able to level themselves to level 10,000. And not just that, once you get to level 10,000, you can reincarnate your characters at level 1 with higher stats and level them to get them to level 10,000 again.
Oh.
But to pass the game, you only need to be at level 30. So you can play it like a normal game. You can cruise through it like Chrono Trigger.
See, that's what I like about some more games like that. I do like strategy. I don't mind leveling up, but I don't like grinding. Unless it's like grinding for money, because you're working towards a goal of, oh hey, you'll get better equipment, better things, and you get stronger in the process. That's just unnecessary grinding.
So this section is one of the more headachy parts of the game, especially for first-time players, because what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to look for these little sparklies falling from the sky and run towards them as soon as they turn into a little crystal on the floor. And you'll get a random, well, not a random item, you'll get an item out of a list. And once you collect 10 of them, you move on to the next area. And what I'm doing right now is I'm waiting on that little dialogue box to see if I can catch, if I can notice those little sparklies falling down, so I can get a crystal while it's fresh, because they will stale and disappear if you don't notice them while they're new. And if you get hit by those icicles, you'll be thrown into a battle.
Yeah.
That's something I really want to avoid. Oh, there's one. Right behind that one. One thing that I need to do here is I need to change out formation. I think just putting Riku up front will be enough, but I have to change everyone's weapon and armor. The weapon needs either Zombie Touch or Zombie Strike, and the armor needs both Stone Proof and Zombie Proof. I'm pretty sure this has both Stone Strike. Silenced. Double capture Sleep Strike. Oh, not Kimari. Riku, I'm almost sure has both of them. Zombie Strike, yes. And Zombie Proof, Stone Proof, good. She is a very necessary part of this strategy. Oh wait, I think Oro needs to be up there too. So it might be these three. Alright, Piercing half MP cost and Zombie Strike. There's Sphere Grids too. Auron has one space with nothing that can be earned from it. And Kimari, of course, has nothing that can be earned from it. Oh wait, maybe he can. With one level, he can use... I suppose he can use Skill Spheres.
What is it with the different spellings of fairy?
I've started noticing it a lot more now that you've pointed it out.
Is it just an old English spelling?
Maybe. I know that, like, F-A-E, Fae, refers to the... I believe the entire Seelie Court is referred to as the Fae, or the Fair Folk. And English, in general, didn't really have a concrete spelling until relatively recently.
Yeah, and then you've got certain versions, like, I noticed things like when people say color, they have the they add the U.
Yeah, when they spell it in most countries, yeah, they spell it COLOUR, whereas in the US they spell it COLOR.
Yep.
Which makes it frustrating when you want to divide the Game Boy Color up here, and it looks like, to me, it looks like it reads Game Boy Color. Yeah, because color is spelled like colon. Woo! Oh, I got it.
Yeah, I remember getting like a Game Boy Color. It was the big white yellow one,
Oh yeah?
and I got that with Pokemon Yellow.
Alright. Oh, there. You saw me run after a ball and miss it.
And
There's
then
one.
I
Oh, missed it too.
got up to the point where I was facing Frost,
Uh-huh.
and then died. It took me forever to get past that point.
Well, this might actually be game over
Oh,
if everyone's confused and berserked.
oh, lovely.
What you need to escape this battle is someone with both First Strike and Provoke. Or First Strike and either Provoke or Flee. Auron gets a turn. The slowest one on the team gets a turn. Do I have a remedy? No. Do I have a spell that'll do it? Sentinel, Guard, Trust. I suppose I could just try running away. Run.
Yep, handsy out.
Auron runs. So now if the other two die, it's fine.
Yeah. I remember one time having the characters kept stumbling and tripping. Up to the point they just all just died. I'm like, oh thanks.
Yeah, and I mean, that's not fun to watch. I mean, a video game that's reduced to watching it is not fun to begin with. But when you're forced to just sit there and watch your character die, that's even less fun.
Or my favorite. Most of a random person decided to trip and fall or whatever,
Yeah.
or, stay, and then they got hit once and then died. I'm like, that's on you.
Ugh.
It's your fault, not mine.
Alright, you get First Strike, and you get put in the front for now. Just in case I hit another of those. You kind of want to position yourself so that you're running this way so you can catch any of those sparklies that fall. Halfway there with 5. There's a stale one behind that. Ah, here's a fresh one. Got a couple of last-minute spheres. I'm just thinking, what could I put them into? I haven't actually planned. Everything that I planned to do, I planned for before receiving these. And even the plan that I have is kind of a hybrid of 2 plans. One of them is the one of them is the speedrunning strat. One of them is just from my experience with trying stuff out on this guy. Wicked catchy.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry about the.
That's 8. It really just saves you so much hassle if you just wait on this dialogue and just keep an eye out for those sparklies to fall. Yeah. The stalagmites.
I wonder if that's some kind of camera.
There's usually 2 crystals at a time. on the field,
Do you think it's some kind of
but oftentimes they're behind the camera. I wonder what, like, during the N64 days, I know that Intelligent Systems was having trouble wrapping their heads around 3D graphics, and as a result, the Paper Mario series sprung up from that. Here, I could only imagine Square Enix was having the same kind of trouble wrapping their head around 3D, and they didn't want to give camera control to the player, so they just sort of tried different things in different scenes here, and this was the one where they just figured maybe the player will get a really good sense of their 3D space if the camera is constantly moving around them.
I remember seeing like some of the camera tricks they did for what was it? Ocarina of Time,
Yeah?
where they basically just had the pre-rendered picture go around you, like
Oh yeah.
how the camera was. But if you went out of bounds with the camera, it was just an untextured 3D realm, I guess.
Right, hunting is the sign that you're gonna get teleported to the next area. I can imagine someone just getting caught by all these ice spikes and getting frustrated and quitting, like right at this area.
I would be too. I'd be like, game?
Yeah. Anything where you have to deal with basically a lottery, whether you get a spike or a prize, and then the prize is a fight where you could instantly game over. It's just not fun.
Yeah, no.
Like, this game was pretty fun up until this last little squeeze here. Alright, Zombie Strike, Stone Proof, Zombie Proof. Not Zombie Strike, but Stone Proof, Zombie Proof? Maybe I can customize it onto there. Let's see, customize, Kimari. Zombie Strike. There. And Stone Proof and Zombie Proof, yes? Yes. Fiery armlet.
Dang it! It's gonna be a thorn in my side till the day I die.
Alright, Zombie Strike, Zombie Proof. Yeah, okay. So we need, for this strategy, for plan A, we need characters with special U's that are fast. For plan B, we need characters that have Zombie Strike, Stone Proof, and Zombie Proof. So we have both of those plans in this team.
You're late, Orin. I know. Hey.
Huh?
You got tall, but you're all bones. You eating right, boy? You've really grown.
Yeah. But you're still bigger.
Well, I am Sin, you know.
That's not funny.
Well, then, I mean, you know. Let's end this.
Dad,
Yeah.
I hate you.
I know.
Mentioned as a bad dub.
You know what you have to do.
Yeah.
I can't hear the hymn so well anymore. Pretty soon I'm gonna be Sin. Completely.
Well, what a coincidence.
I'm glad you're here now. One thing, though. When it starts, I won't be myself anymore. I won't be able to hold myself back. I'm sorry.
That's enough! Let's finish this, okay?
You're right.
I would say that's
Well
a
then.
good example of bad dubbing.
Let's go.
Instead of maybe more of an outburst.
I think, like, of all the things that they could have improved in this remaster, the voice acting would definitely have been, you know, the top thing on the list. I think I'd want to play this again if it had, like, a new voice cast or, like, or a re-recorded voicing. You know, optional, because of course there are going to be people who prefer the original dub, no matter how much better a new dub would be.
Yeah, maybe you have like, you know, like re-dub and dub kind of situations. Kind of like that, where you can switch back and forth.
So now I'm wondering if they ever redubbed Brock's Jelly Donut scene in Pokemon.
Gosh. Remember seeing that in my girl. That's donut. I don't think that was not donut. That seems like fall.
I promise this will be quick! Hit me with all you got, Dad!
So, Nature was eating pork buns, but she's calling them donuts.
Yeah. Dumplings.
What is music? Music! Come on! That's freaking... It's kind of like the season 2 of Death Note, you know, the metal kind of music that they go with.
Growl karaoke.
It's just terrible.
I blame Tetsuya Nomura. Or no, wait, Yoshinori Kitase, because he was the director. Oh, I have to actually... They force you to be Auron, Titus, and Yuna here. So I have to rebuild the team, and then make them do the thing. Although maybe they can do it like this. Oh no, wait, no, Kimari has to be part of the team. Shoot. Alright, defend. She's gonna go again immediately, so she can't get her turn after Kimari. Alright, Kimari, Hastia. You, Sloga. Yep. So normally what they do is they use Power Wave on him, and since he's a summon, since he's an Aeon, he has one of those super bars. But if you can inflict a zombie on him, then the Power Wave hurts him. he has a physical attack, so you want Orin to use Sentinel.
I wonder why I can't do it ahead anymore. This will be music that is telling. I'm distracted you from beautiful music. Or anyone insane.
Yeah. Alright, so the mix that I wanted to do here.
About that music.
This is something that you actually mentioned earlier on, that there was a mix that would provide, that would make everyone's moves deal 99.99 damage. And the mix is 2 wings to discovery.
Ooh, okay.
And you have to, there's actually a side quest that is off the map that you have to find, and you have to do it in a very specific way to get wings to discovery if you don't want to, like, spend several million gil bribing every monster in the game to find which one drops them. And then, once you have those, you need someone with special use to use grenades. To use grenades and fire gems. Someone like Kimari, for instance. Orin can't do anything now. Kimari now use a fire gem. Deal around 50,000 damage.
Oh, we could try to do a play on this spot. Probably not.
So, as if that wasn't enough, this boss is multi-phase.
Why not? I have one of these days where you're just like, yep, I'm gonna kill my father.
I want to say every teenager, yeah, every first world teenager out there. Orin can't do much.
This is serious.
Yeah, pulling a sword out of his chest kind of does that to you. Yeah, one thing I probably should have done was to try to see if I could give Orin an attack all ability, or maybe just that, just give him that special use with the friend sphere. Oh well, too late for that now. Yeah, if you don't slow those pagodas, then the boss basically gets 2 turns for each of your 1, even if you're hasted. And since they died, I'm probably gonna have to reapply that damage quad 9s, 10,000 damage thing. One thing you can do though is when his bar is full, bring Titus in and use the trigger command talk.
I won't lose!
His voice seems to affect him. Dex power decreases, and his bar empties out.
Oh, that's good.
Alright, first, reapply... Let's say reapply slogan first. missed on some, so let's try it again. Maybe Casey can. Actually, it might be best for him to just defend. This guy has 120,000 HP, so that he is healing by 1,500 every turn isn't too much of a bother.
You know what you should have done instead of defend? Added more to the health.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. See if it's him and then her. Make elixir. Her special and here mix. Both characters with special use have died, so they probably lost their status. Defend. I need the characters to go in a specific order, and if they don't, then it's probably best if they just defend. Guess that those two are slowed right now. Her mix is almost full. As long as we can just keep them alive. Kimari's Bronzo Rage should help a little bit.
Maybe they would find it kind of help. More for the audio ones, I guess?
Say again?
Maybe they were trying to boast how well the audio is on the exploration. Maybe that's the reason why the other place music.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if this was... Like, I felt like this genre of music became trendy later. So I just want to say, like, this was one of the director's favorite genres of music, and he really wanted to see it in a Final Fantasy. All right, Riku, mix, trio of nines, which is way at the bottom here. Here it is, Wings to Discovery. 2 of these. Do it. Eject. Talk him down.
You won't beat me this time!
His squeaky voice has magical powers. Kimari, heal everybody. Regular use a Mega Elixir. At this point, I don't care so much anymore about conserving items. Eject seems torn, Eject's power decreases. That's his turn. So now that he has... Now that he has Trio of Nines, he can stop the pagodas. But it hits them. Alright, never mind. Just use the fire gem. Hope you could do to stop. Another fire gem. Overkill. So normally this would just be a 2-turn fight. First person uses mix of 9s, and then second uses fire gem. Let's see. Using it 3 times, that is. You'd have to use the Fire Gem 3 times. After the first one uses Mix, maybe the second one uses Haste. Oh no, wait. The third one uses a grenade, because the first group of 10,000 damage stops them from this and stops them from being targets. Then 4th, 5th, and 6th use Fire Gems to deal 150,000 damage and overkill them. And he's back to normal, somehow.
Yay!
You promised you wouldn't be Sin anymore. You promised you wouldn't be yourself anymore, Dad.
Breaking promises right and left.
Yeah, worst dad ever.
It's like, he takes worst dad to a whole new level.
Yeah.
You'll cry. You're gonna cry. You always cry.
Then he starts pulling this crap.
Crying.
I hate you, Dad.
Save it for later.
Right. We've got a job to do, don't we?
Good.
All that money
That's
was
right.
just to render
You
that
are
one
my son,
cutscene.
after all.
Say again?
They
You know,
rendered him
for the
crying,
first time,
but
I'm
then
glad.
went back to the normal.
Yeah. It just suddenly
I
stops.
have you as my
Yeah, that's not jarring at all.
Emotional whiplash.
Subject. I should.
No! Yuna! There's no time!
You stay away!
Yuna, you know what to do. The Aeons!
We Aeons.
Call them!
Call us. Yes. Here it comes.
Was that Lulu saying that? That sounded like a completely different voice.
And he was just really out of character.
Yeah. I wonder if the voice actor, like, wasn't available for that last line. So they had to use someone else.
Not sure.
So after all that help, after all that time, finding all those Aeons and training them up diligently and having them fight all those battles for you, what do you do now?
Just gonna give him up.
I guess.
I'd like to say you pay them for a job well done.
Now we gotta fight Finn. Nice. I think that's it. know, I've always felt like it's kind of weird with these Aeons. Oh well. It feels more, you know.
So you have to, yeah, like you have to call in the Faith or the Aeons or your versions of the Aeons, knowing that there's other summoners with their own versions of these Aeons. I'll bet if you maxed one of them out, then you'd have a really hard time fighting them. But it seems like they make it so that you can't lose these fights. They give you, like, auto life ga. So even if you die, it's an auto life where if you die and you revive, you still have auto life. Ifrit, you didn't do much, but I'll give you the same amount that I paid Vala for. Take your payment and go.
Okay.
Thunder Horsey.
Quick pony time.
You actually did a pretty good job throughout the adventure being one of the fastest summons. Here's your paycheck. Off you go. She's pretty fast too. And for that one instant kill you got against Anima, I believe. Here's your paycheck. Yeah, Bahamut.
Oh, they're lovely.
I think Bahamut actually has more than 5,000 HP as well. But he does do triple duty in Final Fantasy IV, so I might as well give him back pay for that.
Aren't you glad you didn't get that extra Aeon?
Yeah. I wouldn't have enough money to pay them all. Here you go, for both Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy IV.
Pretty decent in 9 as well.
Alright. It's a tick.
Yeah.
Everyone? This is the last time we fight together,
Grammar.
okay?
Huh?
What I'm trying to say is, after we beat you, Yevon, I'll disappear.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying goodbye.
Not now.
I know it's selfish, but this is my story.
I gotta say, that's kind of the biggest middle finger to people who play the game.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, you survived all this time. Well, guess what? What you do?
Alright, so hit him with Zombie Strike. This thing has... Can I sense how many HP it has? No. But I hit him with Zombie Strike, which means I can finish him off with a Phoenix down. As long as I use it on him and not me. Item. Phoenix down, him. This is another fight you can't lose, but since those pagodas go so fast and they heal him for 9999 every turn, unless you have over-leveled for damage, you're never going to beat him. So the easiest way to deal with him is hit him with Zombie Strike and then just throw a Phoenix down at him. I'm just glad I didn't do this part blind. Because it would have taken even longer than our grindiest episodes on this. The establishment is broken.
Yay!
We can all think and act individually now.
Don't have to sacrifice ourselves for the greater good.
Let us clap and dance in unison.
Oh, little chocobo. I say little chocobo.
Yeah. A big armored chocobo too.
Yeah, I know. It's so adorable.
Machen. The original graves. They were buried face down?
Oh, why?
It's kind of mean.
Maybe if that led to the creation of sin, I can see why.
Yeah. They never really go back to the beginning on this, do they? It's just like sin was always there. The ultimate sending of the dead. We're still inside sin, aren't we?
Mhm.
We're gonna be free-falling once she's done this sending, aren't we?
Oh, poor Ori.
Don't stop.
But
It's all right. It's been long enough. This is your world now.
That sudden zoom in kind of reminds me of a scene in Dragon Quest IX, where since you can customize your character to look like anything, but they wanted to have pre-rendered cutscenes in the game. At some point, you're told to put on a very specific set of armor that covers you from head to toe, so that they could portray you in a cutscene. I just noticed that you don't get to see, like, when he walks up to there, he's holding the weapon that he was wielding. But then, when it switches to his last line, it's your world now, they zoom in on his face so you can't see that weapon anymore.
Yuna, I have to go. I'm sorry I couldn't show you Xanarkand. Goodbye.
Hey!
We're gonna see you again!
Yuna!
I love you.
Yuna, it's time.
Everyone has lost something precious. Everyone here has lost homes, dreams, and friends. Everybody, now, Sin is finally dead. Now, Spira is ours again. Working together. Now we can make new homes for ourselves. And new dreams. Although I know the journey will be hard, we have lots of time. Together, we will rebuild Spira. The road is ahead of us, so let's start out today. Just one more thing. The people and the friends that we have lost. No dreams left for me. Never forget them.
And now the song with lyrics. Except with no subtitles. Movie section. I think it would definitely add a lot of replay value to this if they added a second vocal track for redubbing. Say again? I didn't quite catch that. Butterfly?
Toggle the old and the new.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm saying it would be nice to have like a button to toggle back and forth.
Oh yeah.
Maybe combo. With all the shoulder.
Actually, what comes to mind is with the original Bayonetta when they ported that to Wii U. They had a button that if you were wearing if you were wearing the Samus costume, it would toggle the mask up and down whenever you want, even in the middle of cutscenes. I think that still persists in the Switch version. As long as you have Bayonetta in the Samus Aran, in the Space Bounty Hunter costume, if you press and hold down for 1 second, then her visor will either lift up or go down. So it was still just called Square Co back then.
Yep, it was right before the Square.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't got it off the top of my head. Sakaguchi, who shortly after left to make the last story with Satoru Iwata, which I think is pretty much a real spiritual successor to the Final Fantasy series. Although Iwata isn't around to make a sequel with. And there's this mystery here. Teeth. Always with the teeth. So that was Final Fantasy X.
Yep.
What did you think?
That was great. I've never seen the end of this, but yeah.
I liked it up until just that last bit where I had to spend 40 extra hours.
Yeah, I don't think I'll have the patience for that.
Yeah, I think that kind of ruined, that kind of diffused the ending for me, because like I had to look up speedrunning stats to see how to not spend another 100 hours just fumbling around with the battles and customization.
And heaven forbid, the people who played this probably didn't have internet access way back when.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness, those poor people.
I mean, even like Dragon Quest, Dragon Warrior 3 and 4 back then, those were pretty grindy. But you could pretty reliably just grind on metal slimes until you were like level, I don't know, 50, let's say, and then go to the final area, run away from all monsters, and beat the final boss pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's check out Eternal Calm, which I think is just an elongated cutscene to connect 10 and 10-2. So to connect the events of 10 to 10-2, let's see what happens.
37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 2 minutes, 41 seconds. My longest yet.
Yuna, it's time!
Coming!
You're diving like a real pro, yeah?
You'll always be the pro, Waka.
I don't know. It's been so long since I trained.
You have gotten a little chubby.
What?
Oh,
What is that?
no.
And you're not even the one having the baby.
What is she squeezing?
We want to know. Does she have just like a squeaky toy underneath the
Yeah.
cups?
She's just carrying a little rubber duck everywhere
More
now.
than 2 minutes now.
Name's Titus.
It takes more than physical strength, and there are some tricks you can't be taught. It took practice, lots and lots of practice. I just had to keep trying until I figured it out for myself. You know what? Back then, I didn't think there were any tricks to it at all. I didn't have time to think. An eternal calm. A slightly chubby Waka. And my 2 minutes 41 seconds. It's not much, but it's enough.
That's kind of cute.
So now they have a limited amount of time that they can stay underwater.
Now it's limited.
Yeah. Sin provided the gills.
I guess like the Aeon situation.
Yeah.
Lady Una, it is a pleasure to meet you. I heard your speech 2 years ago in the stadium. But seeing you this close, you look so much more... I mean, you are truly beautiful.
That's very kind of you to say.
The reason I've come here today is to talk to you about my grandson. He's joined the youth league, you see. I've nothing against the league, mind you. It's just me and the missus belong to New Yevon.
New Yevon?
My grandson used to attend all the party meetings with his parents, of course. That is, until one day. I'm sure being around people his own age can't be bad for the boy. Still, I am worried about him. I feel... oh, how shall I say this? Like our grandchildren are moving too quickly.
In the last 2 years, new groups have been springing up all over. Everyone wants to be part of a new age. Everyone wants to build a new age. Everyone wants to build a new Spira. And they're all racing to find their own way to do it.
I only want what's best for him. But it troubles me when we agree on so little.
People have different ideas. And sometimes, they disagree on the right thing to do. Some people worry about what the new age will bring. Sometimes, I worry too. I just have to tell myself that for now, I'm doing the right thing. I understand how you feel. But I asked you, maybe you should try talking to your grandson first. He may walk a different path, but I'm sure he wants the same for Spirit, as we all do.
It's not the answer I wanted, darn it.
Yeah.
I was hoping you could whip some sense into the boy. That's not what I signed up for.
Ain't my place, it's above my pay grade.
Hey there!
What is it? Another visitor?
No, I just wanted to chat, yeah? It's just, the old folks in the village. They'd like to see you get, you know...
And how is it this time?
Well, they're saying it's the son of the chairman of New Yevon, yeah?
Tell them no. He would only use me after all.
Right. I'm sorry.
Don't worry. I'll go tell them myself.
No, you leave that to me, yeah? I don't want to see them anyway. You know how they get.
Lady Una!
Lady Yuna, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Yaigel. I've come on Youth League business. I bring a message for you from our leader, Maven Nuge.
She's not interested in joining, yeah?
I know his voice.
Is that why you've come?
That is correct, my lady.
I'm sorry, but I will not be joining any group.
Perhaps the lady will start a group of her own.
What is this? The main character of Dark Cloud 2.
Ah.
Please.
And also like the voice of Robin from Teen Titans.
Yuna!
Okay.
Waka!
That I don't know the actor, but I know that voice.
Okay.
Riku sometimes visits us here in Besaid. She's been traveling around Spira, salvaging ancient machina and teaching people how to use them. It's tiring work, but you wouldn't know it from looking at her.
Hey, cut it out!
Love sure got a handle on you. Where's Lulu?
Back in the village. Go say hi, yeah?
You betcha. And Yuna, you seem the same as always.
Yeah, same as always.
Totally not going insane here.
Yep, no.
Is Kamari still on Mount Gagazet?
Yeah, he's been up there teaching the orphan Ronso all kinds of... He's like this big guru now. Oh, that reminds me. I got something for you. Where is it? Here we go. Kamari found it up on the mountain.
A sphere?
Funny looking design, yeah?
Take a good look, Yuna.
Is it a dress sphere?
No, I'm not sorry. I haven't done anything wrong. I know you're listening. If she was your girl, what would you do? How can you blame me for trying to use your weapon? It was the only way I could save the summoner. What would you do if you were me? Let me out! I want to see her!
Mystery and intrigue.
It was a voice from the past. No, it was a voice that's never left me.
What is this? What's he doing? I mean, is that really him? Is he... What's going on?
They never refer him by his name, though.
Sure.
Yeah.
But you want to find out, don't ya?
Well, yeah, but...
Yes. Let's go then.
Go where?
Well, that's the tricky part. I know. Kimari found the sphere. Let's go talk to him.
Whoa, whoa. You sure you're ready to just run off? Can't you wait until we find out a little more first?
And just who's supposed to do the finding out?
Leave that to us. I'm sure Maven Nuge will agree to help. In fact, I volunteer to ask him myself.
Yeah.
Understood. I shall return as soon as possible with a full report of our investigation.
Well, look, I really want Yuna to go.
She can't do that.
Why not?
Because she's booked solid for 3 months, yeah? And everybody wants to see her.
Oh yeah? Well, what about what she wants?
Well, yeah, but...
We trying to get her married.
Okay, maybe once things calm down, you know?
And what if they don't, Waka? What then, huh? I don't believe it. After everything Yuna did for us. Why can't she just do what she wants to do now? Why? You know, every time I visited here, I wondered, why is it that when everyone's out making their dreams happen,
And everyone's getting their chance. Yuna's dreams are on hold.
Gee, it's not like you... Ooh.
What do you know anyway, Tubby? Yuna?
Tubby.
Yes.
I want to journey again. But if I leave, I'll be disappointing everyone else.
Oh, guilt trip.
Yeah.
I want...
What's the point of pretending to be all grown up if it means the things I want to say never get said? How am I supposed to change anything?
I'll go.
Yuna!
I know it's selfish. But this is my story.
Right on! I knew you'd say that, so I brought something just for you.
Give me a break.
First, costume change. You
Oh
need a
boy.
new look. You are a celebrity, so incognito's the way to go.
Wait, you two. I'll go get Lou.
An eternal calm. A slightly chubby Waka. And my 2 minutes 41 seconds. It's not much, but it's enough. Still, it's okay to want more, isn't it?
Those complete character 180 flip.
Yeah.
Riku, let's leave. Let's leave right now.
And away they go.
Yep.
That was all. That was all of it.
I don't know if this was a bonus or was this just was this added? Was
I
this
think...
part of the international version?
Yeah, I think maybe the international version. Or like just the deluxe version in Japan.
Yeah, they had that.
So moving on to 10-2. Let's see how that begins.
Oh dear heavens. Get ready for a storm. I've seen it.
Suddenly a complete character 180.
Yep.
Guns!
Yep.
Yoshinori Kitase again. Yeah, I played a little bit ahead. But not so far as to actually get to any plot twists or anything. I remember this from the promotional stuff too. Like how it was a complete tonal shift from the original FF10. Suddenly punk girl.
Yep.
YRP in position. It's showtime, girls.
So weird.
Yeah.
Oh, they went from knocking a bed to knocking it everywhere.
Kind of reminds me of the guitar showdown in Reboots.
I have a feeling this is the equivalent of watching a childhood star just grow up and then, you know,
Become someone completely different?
Yes.
Even though it's only been 2 years since Final Fantasy X.
Not that vibe.
So I guess this is the new, like, Machina, these hoverboards and the stadium. I'm guessing Pain is the Lulu replacement. That logo just doesn't fit. Not with this tone of game.
So though, once you get past the awkward intro, it gets better. I'm not saying it's perfect.
Yeah.
Hey, give it back already!
I mean, I think Final Fantasy way better.
Want in on this number? Then show me your moves!
Think you can keep up?
So yeah, they start you out on a real-time, or time bar, active time bar battle system. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's closer to the traditional Final Fantasy.
That's true. And then like a lot of Final Fantasy instead of like multiple characters, you got 3 characters, and you can switch what roles they do.
They also give you a lot of HP to start, so you can just mess around a bit if you want. Crunch.
Is there really too much of a graphical difference? Do you notice anything?
I'm only noticing a difference between like the pre-rendered and the in-game models.
I have danced all night.
Sorry! No time for an encore!
It's definitely a little bit of an improvement over FF10, although I have noticed in the next bit, they still have that movement problem where you're still just moving in 8 directions. Quick recovery, touch the touch screen and drag right or select the icon that appears, which you can't do when your Switch is docked to the TV. It only works in portable mode. So if you want to use it, like if you really need to use quick recovery, then you actually have to pull the Switch out of the dock, use the touch screen, and then put it back in the dock.
Alright.
I want to say that there's probably going to be an upgrade of some sort where they'll have like they'll sell a powered dock of some sort, so you could actually play a 2-screen like the Wii U.
I kind of miss that feature.
Yeah, I really hope that they either revisit it or just bring it back in the near future. Because it's something that really, like, in addition to the split Joy-Con playstyle, it's really something that sets Nintendo consoles apart. Gives them so much more power. Rika really looks like she's wearing nothing from when you see her from the back.
It looks like nothing front either. I mean, it's mostly just arm.
It's like a very short. Yeah, just like a very short towel wrapped around her waist.
Oh no, I guess it fits with the more.
Maybe. Has the world become warmer?
Global warming systems died.
Yeah. The gills are gone. I'll bet the ice crystals are probably gone too.
And just because they didn't want to change the model, really looks exactly the same. But I guess when you have game assets and you just want to reuse a couple, you know. Why not?
Yeah. One thing I noticed though is that when you steal, anyone can use items that you steal. So that's kind of a nice improvement. You don't have to teach everyone a special use skill.
Yeah.
Battle!
Hey.
Well, the battle music's a bit more boring than standard FF10.
Oh, this is just a certain scene, I think.
Oh, okay.
You're supposed to be chasing them.
Oh yeah. Supposed to be chasing her. Oh, but I did manage to learn Sentinel in the meantime. It's probably different from Sentinel and FF10 if you're learning it this early. Let's see, skills, config, ATB. Accessories? No. How can I look at... I guess it just doesn't open up here. Maybe it'll open up later.
Move!
Sentinel. Oh, she doesn't cover. Maybe Sentinel just means defend in this case. It doesn't do much for your defense when your back is facing the enemy. I mean, unless according to your name, you actually like pain.
Or maybe she's just a pain.
Yeah!
You know what? Forget this. My name's Pain, just because I like to be a thorn in the side.
Over already?
Hey, you run too fast!
You're too slow, little girl.
50 points from Gryffindor.
Show's over!
Yep, that one too.
Ouch.
This way.
He actually says bwahaha.
Final Fantasy presents Charlie's Angels.
Yeah.
Where's the imposter?
I think the hair texture got a lot better in this version.
Zero? Yeah, Riku has different hair. Not so sure about Yuna and Pain.
The shorter but layered, and then there's the braid. I don't know how a braid grew that fast.
2 years?
Even with dyes and conditioning, something that helps.
Cannot be
that long. Oh,
It's out on the wrist.
oh my. This is, I think this is more the battle music. I remember.
Huh. Definitely not. It definitely lacks in impact. Doesn't seem like battle music at all. Just like cruising down the highway kind of music.
That's quite enough sniveling,
Could be
boys.
wrong.
Persistent, aren't you?
My grid.
You give us back Uni's garment grid right now.
Garment grid.
Didn't you girls ever learn to share?
Give it back.
Very well, it's
Even her
yours.
face structure is a lot different.
Yeah, I noticed that the talking animations have definitely changed.
But it
And
won't be
even the
yours for long,
roundness of the
love.
face.
Yeah. There are definitely less flat faces. L to access the garment grid.
A little fan service.
Yeah. Oh hey, she gets power break back. Transformation sequence. Sphere change effects when you touch the screen, drag right, select that. Alright. Oh, alright, yes, so that's basically the same as summon effects in FF10.
It was nice knowing you.
Like, for Pete's sakes, fan service couldn't be done right. This is just trashy.
Yeah. Just having her, like, all you can do is dance in this fight as Yuna.
I won't let you up so easily next time.
Get back here!
Whatever you say.
But yeah, like, LeBlanc is basically Ivy from Soul Calibur. Yuna again.
Yeah.
Just in case you forgot her name.
Yeah.
From playing 150 hours of the previous game.
Yeah. Or if you're like in my case, you played this game first, like an idiot. And then was confused, like, what just happened?
Yeah.
My body just started dancing by itself. I didn't know what was going on. I was frightened.
Did they start
Then,
italicizing
while I
the
was
subtitles?
dancing, something happened.
Maybe they used a different format?
Yeah.
Hot rod in the sky.
You sure looked like you were enjoying yourself.
I was. It felt like some other person's excitement just took over.
I wish Snuggle Kid was going to visit.
When you use the garment grid. The emotions of the person recorded in the sphere pass to the user.
Isn't that dangerous?
I can't really say.
But it's your invention.
I'm just a kid.
Dancing, Yuna! I want to see!
It'll cost you.
One moment.
She's kidding.
What? No dance? Lucy. Collins! Going to the dock!
I've completed my latest invention.
Creature creator. Use a fiend trap pod invented by Shinra to capture fiends all over Spira and train them as ally creatures for the golems. The more fiends you capture and train, the more fascinating tales you will hear about them. Alright.
Shinra's an Al Bhed. He's a real whiz kid.
Creature creator! Exclamation point! So they have a little monster training minigame. Trap pod S has been supplied. Shall explain creature trapping. Set trap pods in areas seen with fiends. Trap pods will cleanse the souls of the fiends and turn them into good creatures. Okay. 4 types: small, medium, large, and special. Special can trap humanoids. Carry up to 8 at a time. You won't be supplied more than 8. Let's try it by capturing Brother, who just went to Luca. Okay. To specify what fiend species you want to trap. Brother is a humanoid. Round up trap fiends using R. Oh, we're approaching 2 hours. This is actually a good time because we're close to a save point, I believe.
You could, where's the save point?
Yeah. Let's get this guy captured and get out of here. So you could actually replace one of your party members with this guy. This weirdo.
Huh.
I'm actually gonna try something that I did in my pre-play save file. And that is, actually we'll see next time. So, I will save after this. This is all just tutorial stuff. So next time we will resume from here and see how that goes.
Hey.
Thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll see you next time.